Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Let me play this. There we go. We're on. All right. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Let me just get Discord up here as well. That's all good, bro. All good. Right on time. All good. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Wednesday, guys. Gold with a big move here at market close yesterday. I really wanted to buy gold before I went to sleep last night. I wanted to hold this trade overnight because it had some nice liquidity targets, but unfortunately I decided to sit it out with the news, and gold's had a very big move here. A very big move. But we'll break it all down, guys. We'll see what we got for the day. There were some nice trades yesterday as well. If you guys were on fast markets, I did take some nice gold shorts, actually. Took some nice gold shorts yesterday. Before, if you guys remember yesterday, what I was saying on stream yesterday is we actually had liquidity levels on both sides of gold. And if you guys remember yesterday, we were talking about where does gold want to go next. And what I was basically saying is, you know, gold either loves to come up, tag the lows, and then come for the highs, or tag the highs and then come for the lows. But as you guys can see, we actually came down, hit the lows, and then came straight back for the highs. So just before we jump into today's analysis, that's why these levels on gold are so important. If you know you've ever got gold stuck in the middle of range, rather than trying to predict which way gold wants to go, let it grab the lows and then aim for the highs, or let it grab the highs and then aim for the lows. The nice thing that I did yesterday is I actually shorted down into the lows. There was a nice hourly evening star pattern. I shorted down into the lows on fast markets yesterday. Before then you tag the lows, held 46.50 and ended up breaking back higher, which ended up being a very nice move. A very nice move. Let's have a look. So we'll see what we get for today, guys. We'll look at gold, we'll look at NQ, we'll break down all other markets. If any of you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I've been trading for the past 8 years and mainly focus on gold futures here in the European session. Nice trade on fast markets. Thank you, David. Thank you. Appreciate you guys who did tune in. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Coach Hoop, good morning. Good to see you here. Appreciate you tuning in as well. Thank you for being here. Let's have a look. Is it eight years now that you're 31? Are you trying to expose me like that on a Wednesday morning, man? Oh, there's no audio in the intro. Okay, I'll fix that. Yeah, eight years now. I turned 31. Well, it's actually I started trading when I was 22. Started dabbling in trading when I was 22. Now I'm 31, which is absolutely crazy to say. Ben, how do we tune into the fast markets? They're on the Topstep YouTube channel. If you're on Topstep channel here, if you guys like and subscribe, you can see the New York session. So if I bring you guys just to have a quick look here, you go to the live section here on Topstep. This is fast markets. This is where the guys in the New York session do the whole 7-hour stream. So if you want to watch back yesterday's stream, you guys can see it there as well. You can see me take the gold shorts, call the gold shorts. So pretty much go live in fast markets every single Tuesday as well. So if you guys are around, you want to tune into the New York session, that's where I go live on Tuesdays. Let's have a look. Let me just get your guys' questions up here. Before we do anything, guys, let's have a quick look at the news so far, because obviously gold has had this huge run higher yesterday. Again, silver also massive run higher. You guys who are trading in Asia today, did you guys get any trades in Asia? I imagine it would have been pretty difficult because time market open, you've already ripped up. So I don't imagine there was too much in Asia today. You would have been looking for some continuation longs, but with gold this high, you wouldn't really want to buy this high. You guys trading? Did you get any moves? Not yet. Yeah, I need to make it last long. Yes, we do, brother. Yes, we do. Let me just get the copyright-free music in my headphones here. You got some continuations long. Nice. Where did you get it from, Chad? Did you get this pre-London long here? Tag lows, close bullish. Nice buys here at 6 a.m. Yeah, nice. Good, man. Good trade. Sat on our hands in Asia. Yeah, nice. Took the 6 a.m. longs. Nice. Waited for the retracement. Yep, good job. And that's the thing. Sometimes, you know, if you jump on and you see Asia's had this big of a move, the worst thing you can do is sit here and watch it. You know, if you ever see this big of a move on gold, honestly, the best thing to do is take your hands off and walk away for a couple of hours. Gold's not just going to keep ripping out of nowhere. Gold will have a big move. It will tag highs, it will range, it will pull back, and then you'll get nice trades. There was actually nice buys here at 6 a.m. That was a really good trade. A few of you guys got that, which is really nice. That was a really nice trade. 426, fantastic. So for London today, yeah, ideally we continue buying gold up into these Asia highs and longs back up into 4,900, which again, these are 500 tick ranges. So this could be a very good trade, a very good trade. I would like to see if we can get a little bit of a pullback before we can continue buying gold this high, which I think at the London Open, if we can come down, maybe just wick some previous hourly lows here on gold. Look at this, tag lows, close bullish, and then we buy. If we can do something similar, I still think we could get some nice trades here in London. Now let's have a look at the news here. So this was 8 hours ago. Trump, I agree to suspend the bombing and attack of Iran for a period of 2 weeks. So that came out 8 hours ago, which is very big news. Let me just see what else we have coming up for the day ahead. Let me just have a quick look at this lower time frame on gold. Make sure we're not missing anything here. Yeah, we got time. Let's have a look. So in the American session, the only highlight today is FOMC meeting minutes report. This is a market moving release, but the reactions are almost always faded before. It's generally stale by the time it comes out, and more so today that the US and Iran have reached a ceasefire agreement. So that's the hot topic in these markets right now. We do have FOMC tonight, but it's saying here, today is more so focused on the fact that the US and Iran have reached a ceasefire agreement. Hey Aaron, sometimes you short into support, sometimes you short into support, sell into breakout, while other times you avoid shorting at support. What are the key factors that determine which approach you take? That's a great question. That's a great question. We'll have a look because we've got time here on gold. So I'll show you the trade that I took on fast markets yesterday because it's a pretty perfect example of that. Times where I will sell into support or buy into resistances because I'm trying to trade into price breaking out. I'm trying to short into price needing to come down for these liquidity grabs. So whenever I see, let me just see if I can show you guys this for a second, just to hide it off. Show we got London Open in 15 minutes here, guys. I just want to teach you guys this first because it's a great question. So if I just hide all of this for a second, let's just pretend this didn't happen. Now, whenever I see something like this, where I see price, reacting off support, but you see all these equal lows and gold hasn't grabbed the lowest point. This is one thing to note with gold. Gold loves to come down, tag the lowest point, stop out any early buys before having that move. And if this part hasn't happened, where we haven't had these liquidity grabs, then I'm happy to short down into the support, as long as the range is big enough. As long as the range is big enough, I'm happy to short down into the fact that price needs to grab these lows before potentially going higher. A time where I wouldn't sell gold is if we've already, let's say here, this candle, wick down and grab the lows. Then I'm not going to sell at support because the liquidity grabs happened. If anything, from here, I'm now going to look for the longs. So that's the key difference there for me. It's, have we grabbed the lowest point of the range? If not, great. I'm happy to short into the fact that gold loves to do this. So this is why I was selling gold yesterday, because gold absolutely loves to come down, tag lows before that, where coming right back for these equal highs and double top areas. It's what gold absolutely loves to do. If I wasn't able to catch this short down, let's say just the markets open and just rip down without me, that's fine. Well, I'd wait for a bit of a breakout, then I'd buy up into the highs. So that's the main difference there for me. I just want to see if gold can get a bit of a wick down here. Maybe we get long for about 48.50 here, guys. We'll look at some trades for the day as well. I just wanted to show you guys what we had yesterday, why I went short, because we gave these levels in the London session yesterday. Came down, tagged lows, and then came straight back for the highs. Yes, David, absolutely. Same thing here. I wasn't trading this late into the session yesterday, but I was very tempted to take these buys yesterday. The only reason I didn't take these buys because I was up like 650 from London and fast markets, and I was happy to lock in the day here on the XFA. But yeah, this is the exact same thing. The more you reject here without grabbing the highest point, that's where gold loves to trap in early sellers. And if gold hasn't grabbed the highest point of the range, your job is to understand that and buy up into the breakout, buy up into the highs. So yes, exactly the same happens to the lows and the highs of a range. Whenever the liquidity is not being grabbed on both sides, you wait for it to tag the lows or tag the highs, and then you trade in the opposing direction. But buying gold yesterday below these lows was nicer because the higher time frame is actually bullish. You know, last week you had that great bullish closure, and we were talking about yesterday, this week to come up and tag previous weekly highs. Sorry, go catch a train. No network train. All good. I appreciate you tuning in. You'll be able to watch it back later if you want to as well. Thank you for being here. Yeah, with gold being bullish, ideally, yes, we are looking for longs. Yes, we're looking for longs. Where did you risk off for this trade? So I took 2 shorts in fast markets yesterday. I took an initial minus $12 trade, and then I got right back in once this 2 o'clock candle closed below the previous hourly low. Once I saw this body close below that low, to me that was the nice breakout. So that's where I was watching this on the 5-minute, getting short around here. This was the open of the 5. Getting short around here, just risking off these highs here and playing it back down into these lows. So was risking off that high there. Shorted the hourly breakout. This wasn't a 5-minute trade, it was an hourly trade. And you also, again, you guys know the way we like to trade trend lines. Look at this, perfect trend line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Most people try and buy that 4th touch. Again, we're trying to short down into it. So that was the trade from fast markets yesterday. Before then, you tag the lows, end up coming for the bigger move high, which unfortunately I didn't get, but it was a lovely, lovely move. Let's see, Mikey. I've been caught up trying to get short when it's grabbed the previous hour and is breaking out bullish, and I'm predicting it will come down for a grab. Got to be reactive, and I've done a lot better focusing on trading at good levels, not just predicting to it. Yes, that's it, Mikey. That's it. We don't want to be predicting too much. We always want to be reacting. So for me, what I saw here on gold was when this hourly closed below the lows, that's me reacting. We closed below the lows, cool. I'm reacting to the fact that we're holding an evening style. We've closed below. Now I'm going to short into the lows. But to be honest, like I said, the nicer trade yesterday was actually buying the breakout here because that was the true move that we wanted. But it took all the way until the open today as well. But yes, I agree. Absolutely. Staying as reactive as we can. That's the key here. You said you were more biased to shorts to happen first. Yes, in the pre-New York call. Yes, exactly. Maybe ask what made you say that. Because the hourly was breaking to the downside. So yeah, on the pre-New York market call yesterday, I was talking about sells on gold. The reason I was talking about sells is because you were breaking to the downside. And you was also tagging lows and closing bullish and rejecting here. You were holding perfect trend lines. To me, there was this would have got a lot of people trapped in longs. That's why I was thinking, you see us tag lows and close bullish. The reason I wouldn't buy that is because it didn't really grab anything. So to me, that would have got people trapped in a lot. But not only that, is you also were trading back below 4,700. You broke back below 4,700. So to me, the next target is 4,650. 4,650. Yeah, that's good to know, Mikey. Going short when price overall bullish, that's good to avoid them trades. Like if we know gold's overall bullish, don't worry about this short. I was happy to take this short because it was a trade that came up when we were live on fast markets. But don't worry about this short. If you know we're overall bullish and we have targets up into last week's high, just look for the continuation trades. You have a much easier trade. A much easier trade, which we want the easy trades. We don't always want to be fighting these markets. So for today on gold, all I want to see here, guys, is just a little bit of a pullback. Come back down, squeeze some lows, and then we'll see if we can buy up into this Asia high. See if we can buy up into this Asia high, which is about 500 tick range. So we'll see if gold can get a little bit of a pullback here. You already had a nice Pre-London bounce off this VWAP, which is a nice move. So if we're going to get some more longs on here on gold, we got London opening in 10 minutes. I would like to see if we can pull back into some lows. But with how much gold's pushed yesterday, well, today for some of you guys trading Asia, I personally, guys, again, it's not to say gold can't go up or down, but me personally, I won't be selling gold. I have zero desire to short gold. Zero desire to short gold. If gold sells off, that's fine. I'll miss that trade. I'm looking for continuation long trades today. So today I actually won't short like I did yesterday. Yesterday I shorted because I was playing the range. If I short today, you're not playing the range. You're playing against a very, very bullish breakout. So ideally today, I want to continue buying. And yeah, we can have a look at, let's have a look at NQ as well. Let me just see some of you guys' questions. We've got London Open coming up in 10 minutes here, guys. We'll look at silver, we'll look at NQ. We can have a look at Bitcoin as well. This is bullish right now. We will be looking for more longs. What's your opinion? Yes, definitely. Gold is very bullish right now. We've had that huge breakout of the ceasefire of Iran for 2 weeks. So yes, we want to be buying gold. Absolutely. Hey, Aaron. Hello. So the way you fade trend lines is usually on the 4th touch. Did I get it right? Let me see if I can show you something here. It's not necessarily about the 4th touch. What it's more about is, let me just see if I can give you a good breakdown. I've done a lot of these trendline videos. Let me see if I can find a good one. Where's a good trendline video I've got? I've done so many. I don't know where they are. Where is one? Let me see. It's not necessarily about the 4th touch. It's more so when you see, I'm just trying to see if I can find a video on my channel. I've definitely done a lot. I'm just trying to see if I can find a good one. Yes, here. So, here is where I go into it more. So you can see here, I go into it more. So I'll send you this YouTube video. This again is recapping a live trade as well. So I will send this one here and you can have a look. But it's more so about just trying to understand the levels where most people are doing something and how we can trade into that. So it could be 2nd, it could be 3rd, maybe even 4th. It all depends on the setup. Would you not hesitate to go long at 5 o'clock yesterday on gold because the Audi closed at resistance? Let me see, 5 o'clock. Here or here? No, not at all. That's going against everything that we just said. This rejection from resistance is what brings in the sellers. If you haven't grabbed the highest point, that's exactly what we're trading into. This is exactly why we're buying. We're buying into the resistance, into the breakout, because you haven't grabbed the highest. That's exactly what we want to be doing. Same as my shorts yesterday. You could say, well, why would you sell because you're at support? Surely you want to be buying at the support. But no, if the liquidity grabs haven't happened, that's exactly what I'm trading into. I'm trading into the fact that gold needs to have these liquidity grabs because that's what gold always does. So you could have said yesterday, you know, why would you short here? You're at support. Well, because you haven't done this. And that's what gold loves to do. Same as the resistance. You could say, why would you buy at resistance? Well, because gold hasn't grabbed the highest. That's what gold loves to do. Loves to trap in early sellers, but if it hasn't grabbed the highest point, that's exactly where you're trading into. So no, I wouldn't hesitate here. I'd have more confidence here. The more I see gold reject without grabbing the highs, the more I'm confident to buy. So this rejection here would give me more reason to buy gold. Buy gold into that resistance. Buy into that liquidity grab. Because that's what gold loves to do. Could you check NQ? Yes, absolutely. We can have a look at NQ. Shouldn't we expect correction to fill gaps and look for short? I mean, you know, if you never, I mean, you never expect anything from the markets. Yeah, I never expect anything. You know, you want to try and remove expectations from your trading vocabulary because, you know, right now, regardless of what you expect to happen, gold is up 2,500 ticks. 2,500 ticks, which is a huge move for gold. Now, is that to say that we can't retrace? Not at all. We could retrace, but we never expect it. And even if gold was going to retrace, I'm not going to short into the fact that I think gold is going to retrace. I'll let the retracement happen, and then I'll continue buying. Because for me personally, I will not short against a 2,500 tick push up, because that's a huge, huge, huge push. An absolute massive, massive, massive push. So what I'll do is I'll let the pullback happen. Here in Asia, you let the pullback happen. You wait for reversal signs here, tag and lows, hourly fake out, and then I'll continue buying. Because to me, the easy trade is to continue buying gold. Not trying to fight gold. So never expect any from the markets. It's not to say gold can't retrace. It's to say, like I said earlier, I won't be shorting the retracement. Because I know the easy trade is to continue buying gold. Because of how much we have broken out here. Huge, huge, huge breakout. Massive breakout. So I want to be following these markets, not fighting them. If I short gold today against this, and gold keeps pushing up, I'm going to look back and I'm going to go, what on earth was I trying to do? Why was I trying to short gold when gold was bullish? Whereas if I buy gold today and it doesn't work, that won't send me on tilt. Why? Because I was following the markets, which is what I always want to be doing. But if I short the markets when the markets are bullish, to me, that's a tilt trigger. That's something that could send me on tilt. Therefore, I just won't do it. Yeah, let's have a look at NQ. You guys looking at NQ? Let's see. Oh, look at this for a phenomenal breakout in NQ yesterday as well. Look at this. Huge, huge, huge push. We had price to come up and grab these highs yesterday. Took, again, all the way till the end of the day, but you have had an absolutely massive, massive, massive breakout here. I need to check stocks. Let me have a quick look at the stocks as well. This is huge. Look at this. This is, believe it or not, this is today's candle. This already looks like the day's already played out. Let me just see if I have a quick look at stocks here. Can't see too much just yet. This is an absolutely huge, huge, huge push. So I mean, NQ for the day. It's gonna be tough here, guys. It's gonna be tough. You came down, tagged lows yesterday, held support, so buying here today would have been great. But look how much we're already up. Again, though, look at this. Same as gold. Trend line coming down. So if we take this trend line and we mark on these points here, that would very likely be the next level of interest for me here on gold. Sorry, NQ. Too used to saying gold. So if we just bring this level up here and we'll put it to about 25,500 would be my next upside target on NQ. Which is a very decent range. Again, NQ is one of the markets, same as gold. It's not to say you can't pull back. It's simply to say that that wouldn't be my trade. Look at this. Isn't this pretty much identical to gold? Identical to gold. What do you do here? Most people try buy, risk off the lows. What does price do? Comes down, tags the lows, and then has that true move higher. Exactly the same as gold. What did you also not do to the highs? You never tag the highs. So when you see price down here, tagging lows and breaking bullish, what's your trade on NQ for yesterday? Buying straight back up into the highs. Man, these are some big moves. I'm kicking myself a little bit because I missed these big moves. Unfortunately, I took the shorts down. Same as gold, I took the shorts down. I think the nicest trade here was actually buying the break back bullish, which is a huge, huge, huge move. This is a phenomenal move here at NQ. Phenomenal, phenomenal move. So again, same as NQ. It's pretty tough for London because you have moved so much. Yeah, it is, Glenn. Yeah, it is. You've already moved so much. I would expect London to range pullback, and personally, I would continue buying. This is a phenomenal, phenomenal breakout. Unfortunately for London session, though, personally, I wouldn't really be doing much in here. I think gold and silver could give us nicer opportunities. This is a phenomenal breakout. Exactly the same principles as the way we trade gold and the way we broke it down yesterday as well. Exactly the same thing. Look at this. You leave a perfect double top. You tag lows, you break out, cool. You target the highs. You come down for some lows. You break back bullish. Where do you target next? Back to the highs. Let's have a look here. Do you focus on the 30-minute on hourly or hourly? Both. There's not one or the other. I trade both. The example for yesterday's short on fast markets was based off the hourly. Sometimes if the hourly is not really showing me much, I might have to maybe digest it a little bit on the lower time frame. But all in all, I like both. I like both. Typically, I want to get the hourly to give me a read, and then I'll drop down to 30-minute and look for a trade following the hourly. We got London Open here, guys. So look at this on gold. We've just had a strong break back below. A strong break back below. And a strong 30-minute tag of the highs in bearish closure. So again, same as yesterday, or maybe the previous day, our job is now very simple. Where was the trade we took? Not yesterday, I think it was Tuesday. Or was it Monday? There was a trade on Monday where we said our job was very simple. We needed to wait for the breakout. Same thing here. Our job is now very simple on gold. We've just closed back below 48.50. Well, if we want to buy gold, what do we want to see? We want to see a bullish closure back above 48.50. And if we close back above 48.50, guess what? We have a 350 tick range to play. At 1 micro, $350, I'm absolutely more than happy to wait for that. Personally, I'm not going to sell gold. I don't want to short into all of this noise. But if we break back above, we could have a really nice, easy trade here today. A really nice, easy trade. I heard you sound extra chill today. Have you been doing jiu-jitsu or had a hot stone massage? Unfortunately, I haven't done either. I do miss my jiu-jitsu, but no, I haven't done either, unfortunately. Maybe we're just chilling just because gold's moved so much in Asia. But I do miss my jiu-jitsu. I'm looking forward to getting back to jiu-jitsu this year. But no, unfortunately, I haven't today. Yeah, it was Monday. Yep, it was Monday. Let's have a look here. Hey, Aaron. Good morning. Good morning, Matt. Was wondering about your thoughts on this trade I took yesterday. Saw that we broke out, then rejected off a major high, creating a double top. Then pulled back, creating a 30-minute morning star. Is this a trade I would give a shot? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Is this a trade I would give a shot? Had you grabbed the lows? If you hadn't grabbed the lows, no, it's not a trade I would take, man. No, you're trading in the middle of a range. It's not a trade I would take. If you haven't grabbed the lows, no. I'm only trading gold in this range because if you have a look here on gold, if this is your trade, here's your support, here's your resistance, you're trading in the middle. You're trading right in the middle. I don't know if this played out or not, but personally, this isn't a trade I would take. You're trading right in the middle of a range. If I want to be trading a range, I want to be trading the lows or the highs. I don't want to be trading right in the middle. So personally, I would avoid that trade. Like I said, I don't know if it did play out. We can have a look. I think he did end up coming down for the lows. Where was this trade? This one maybe. I think it was maybe from here. So you took it at 11 a.m. Well, how did 10 a.m. close? 10 a.m. closed bearish after tagging highs and closed back below 4,700. So no, I wouldn't take that trade. If I see previous hourly tagging highs and closing bearish back below 4,700, no, I wouldn't take that trade, man. I wouldn't take that trade. If anything, I was actually liking the shorts from here. I was liking shorts of this hourly evening star, which I did take a piece of yesterday. Short of this at 11 a.m. Not buying it personally. How is Finland? We're looking to go for Christmas. Yeah, Finland was beautiful, man. Finland was absolutely beautiful. One of the nicest countries I've been to. Finland was very, very, very nice. Very nice. Good, thanks. Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, of course. I personally was actually I was actually shorting this yesterday. What have I done? Where was my trade from yesterday? Where was this? Around 11 a.m. Is this London time? I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I was actually shorting this yesterday. That was my pre-fast markets trade, is actually shorting this down off that hourly evening star. So yeah, I would be shorting that, not buying it personally. So yeah, NQ, again guys, unfortunately for NQ, I would give it some breathing room in London. You've already had an absolute phenomenal move. It's very likely going to take until the New York session. Look at this on silver as well. Wow, what a move. Let's clean these levels up here. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Look how silver never quite came down for the lows. Very interesting. Look at that. Silver never came for the lows. However, gold did. That's interesting. Difference between silver and gold right now. Silver has already hit the Asia highs. So personally, I wouldn't buy silver here. Silver looks like it can retrace. Why? Because you have had this liquidity grab. Whereas if we look at gold, gold hasn't. So that's why I'm more inclined to buy gold up into needing to come and grab this liquidity, whereas silver's already done it. So silver, I wouldn't be too convinced buying. I would have more confidence to buy gold today. So I have gold, silver, and NQ so far. To me, gold's looking the nicest here, guys. Gold is looking the nicest. How do you identify a double top? Good point, good question. Just a level of resistance where you haven't grabbed the highest point. You draw your resistance, just incorporating these wicks, you know, you can even put it up to here. And I will identify my liquidity levels in the double tops just based off price, the highest point, if you haven't grabbed the highs. If you haven't done this, then that becomes my double top. Just a level where price is rejected without grabbing the highs. Would I enter on a 30-minute Morningstar? Yes, I would take a Morningstar play here on gold, definitely. If we get 30-minute Morningstar shaping up, absolutely. That's kind of ideally what I want to see. Would I short ES? If it's anything like NQ, I absolutely wouldn't. No, I personally, I wouldn't. I absolutely wouldn't short this. Why would you want to short ES? You know, you have to ask yourself, again, and there's nothing wrong with this, but are you shorting ES because you have a technical setup? Or do you feel like you're selling ES because prices had such a big move that maybe you didn't catch? And if the answer is the second point, that you're shorting because you didn't get this move up, which in the back of your mind, you know is the trade that you should be in, then lock yourself out for a couple of hours. If price is ripping and I have an urge to short, it's like I'm coming here and I'm locking myself out for a couple of hours. Because for me personally, there's, and again, if you have a technical reason, maybe your plan is showing up to short, fantastic. Then don't let me say otherwise. But for me personally, if I get an urge to short a market that from the lows here is, you know, up 7.6%, I personally, I'm absolutely not shorting that. I'm not shorting that. The market, you have to ask yourself, it's very super simple. The market's going up or down. Is today's couple of days last price action going up or down? Up. You know, if you try and short this and it keeps pushing up, like I said earlier, it's going to be a tilt trigger. The markets aren't going short. The markets are going higher. So again, same thing. Let it pull back, continue buying, because that is what's going to give you the easiest and consistent trades. And that's what we're here for. We're not here to catch the little scrap moves lower. We're here to catch these continuation trades. Like say, for instance, here, you tried to short this move. It's like you might have got a little bit of profit, but wouldn't you much rather this move up, the real move, and the much easier trade with the less stress? Whereas you try and short ES and it starts going higher, you mentally just destroy yourself because you know really you should be buying. And that's where you drain all your mental capital and that's where you go on tilt. So for me personally, I just won't do it. So like I say, it's not to say ES and NQ and gold can't pull back. It's more so to say that I want the easy trade following the markets, and I have zero desire to fight these markets. Yeah, you don't want to fight the markets, exactly. Remember, our job's only ever to follow the markets, guys. We don't control if gold's going to go up or down, or if any market is going to go up or down. All we can control is simply following the markets. And that is what's going to give us the longevity in this trading career, is removing the need to fight the markets. And always remember, and it sounds obvious, but it took me a long time to realize it, that I just always remind myself, look, I'm not paid to fight the markets. I'm not paid to predict the markets. I'm paid to let the markets move and just ride the wave and just follow it. The markets don't care if I want price to go up or down. All I'm trying to do is let the markets break out and simply follow it, because I have zero control if gold's going to go up or down. So I want to let it make its decision and then just follow it. But right now, gold's been breaking very bullish, so I want to be following that long. And it's not to say, you know, you can't take these shorts and still make good money. You definitely can, but I'm more interested in catching these moves. Because when I short these little moves and it doesn't work and gold keeps going higher, that's what sends me on tilt. Why? Because I know gold's overall bullish, and that's just why I simply just won't do it. So that's my thought process. So for me today, my job is very simple. I'm looking for continuation buy setups. Morning stars, hourly fakeouts, any downside liquidity plays. My plan today is very, very simple. Very, very simple. How much are you watching crude for additional confirmation these days? Never. Never, personally. For confirmation for trades, never. I'll break down crude to look at the markets if it's something that you guys want to look at. Absolutely, same as any market. Anything you guys are looking at, feel free to send it over. But will I use it for confirmation for my personal trades? No, never. We need the colors you're using for your charts. Let's have a look. Colors I'm using is just these two. So I got the that blue right there, and then I have the white. And I have the background on a gradient, I believe. Yeah, so I got the background on a gradient as well. Here and here. I like it. It looks clean. I've used the blue and white for a long time. I just like the way it looks. I find it clean. Something someone else that I follow said is, I'm not here to just make money. I'm here to take my setups, and my setups are what make me money. Yes, I love that, Tim. I saw a really good one the other day as well. Let me see if I can find it. It was a really good one. Let me see if I can find this. I saw a really good quote similar to that. Let me just see if I can find it. It's very important, especially for the markets today. Where will I find it? It's from an old hedge fund trader. Not an old hedge fund trader. Doesn't need to call him old. But it's from I say old in the sense of an ex hedge fund trader. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it called? What is it called? Let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's the channel. Let me see if I can find it. So it was, where was it? Where's it gone? I don't know where it's gone now. Oh, that's a shame. It was a really good quote, and it was pretty much about that. I can't remember where it was. Damn, I don't know where it's gone. That's a shame. That's a shame. It was a really good quote. I'll try and find it for tomorrow's stream. But it was a really good quote about like trying to just take your piece of the markets. Gold rejecting from down here is interesting for potential longs, guys. I want to see if we can wick these lows and see if there's buys. There's a good risk to reward to give gold longs a shot from down here. There's a really good risk to reward from down here, so I want to see if we can. No, there was a 1,000 contract buy on gold at 48.48. Wow, really? 48.48. Fast markets. Wow, no, I didn't. But is that back here? That's crazy. 1,000 contract buy on gold. That's insane. That's absolutely crazy. No, I do love that one though, Glenn. If you're not in your comment, no, I can't find it. It's really annoying. It was such a good one, but I can't find it. It was literally on my feed the other day. I was like, that's a really good point. I'll find it for tomorrow. I'll find it for tomorrow. Yeah, 1,000 contract on gold. That's absolutely insane. No, I don't know where it was. That's a real shame. Because I can see his channel, but it's not there. I'll find it. Yeah, if gold wicks some lows here, guys, I'm open to longs from down here. There's a good risk reward to see if there's some buys from gold down here. No, where it is. Oh, that's all right. I'll find it another time for you guys. Gold potential longs here. We got ES trying to have a bit of a pullback. Silver also having a bit of a pullback. Again, I'm not a huge fan of buying silver this high because you've already grabbed the Asia highs. The reason I'm happy to buy gold this high is because you haven't grabbed the Asia highs. Which, again, same as yesterday. What do we know gold loves to do? It loves to come up and tag the highest points. So it comes up and tags the highest points. If gold was going to have a true pullback or a true, let's say, reversal, which I don't think is going to happen, you're going to come up and hit these Asia highs. So my trade for the day is buying up into these Asia highs. So we'll see if we can get that trade. Here it is. Where is it? Maybe it was a different thumbnail in here. I'm not sure. I can't find it. It's all good. Let's have a look. Let me see. But yeah, US session is going to be a big day today, guys. It's going to be a big day today. It's going to be the US market is going to be reacting to all that news from yesterday. Let's have a look. We got 15-minute close there. Speaking of colors, Mr. Aaron, I did notice you did the same to your MT5. I tried to replicate, but MT5 doesn't have the blue color. Wonder how you did it. There's some sort of blue on there. I'm not 100% sure. But to be honest, like, you know, you don't really have to change it on that platform too much. As long as you got it here on Topstep, it should be good. I also use that chart just for execution. And yeah, 1,000 contracts was me pretending to be asleep, shooting into fast markets, firing up 1,000 contracts. Could FOMC slow it down until later? Maybe. I honestly don't think so. I don't think we're really waiting on FOMC today, to be honest. Oh, there you go, Coach. We've got a screenshot. Yeah, that's crazy. 958. That's crazy. 958, 48, 48. That's crazy. I would love to know if that's a new position or closing a position from yesterday. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Yeah, so much outside news also that's moving the markets, yes. So I want to see if gold can come down and wick these lows here, guys. Remember, previous hourly did close bearish. But remember, keep in the back of the mind, you know, there's not much of a top wick on this hourly. We're coming into nice support. We do have VWAP here as well. Like I say, I'm more comfortable to buy gold than sell gold. If I buy gold and it doesn't work, that's fine. I'm happy to take that risk following the markets as opposed to trying to catch this short down. I'm happy to miss this short because I know my overall trade is ideally buying gold here. And that's what I want to be following. I want to be following the plan. How did you decide it had wicked the lows of the range yesterday when there were a number of lows in the range? And why did you discount the morning star a few hours prior that wicked some lows? So that's a good point. I mean, my lowest point of the range yesterday on gold was these lows down here. Because you had this support like this, all of this. So exactly the same thing we said to the highs. Here's your support. So you mark the lowest point of the support and that becomes the lowest point that I need to see grabbed. Why do I not really care about these lows? Well, you already tagged the lows here and broke out. You tagged lows and broke out. What did you do here? You tagged the lows and broke out, which is, oh, sorry, my head's in the way. Here, tagged lows and broke out, tagged the lows and broke out. But what did you not do here? You never tagged the lows before breaking out. So this is my liquidity point. This is here is what gold loves to do, here and here. And if it hasn't happened, that's my downside target. But again, with that being said, trying to keep it more simple for you guys, we don't have to worry too much about what lows need to get grabbed. You could say, you know, I think we need to grab these lows. Or you could say to yourself, you know what, well, I think we need to grab these lows. We have to remember, what we think and what are going to happen are two very different things. And what we think doesn't really matter. What's important here is once we hit these lows and actually close bullish, then that's where we say to ourselves, okay, cool. These are the lows that are being held. We've broken out. Now I can start buying. So it really doesn't matter too much about what lows you think can get grabbed. It hit the lows that I thought would be grabbed perfectly. That's why I shorted down into it. But regardless of what I think, it doesn't really matter. What matters is you hit some nice lows. You stopped out any early buyers looking to do something like this. And you closed bullish. So like we always say, we want to be reacting to these markets. So once you do tag lows and you close bullish, cool. That's where you react to the longs. Same as gold right now. You know, it doesn't matter if you think price can grab these lows or you think price can grab these lows. What's important from here is once we start breaking back bullish, we'll just follow the markets. So what we think doesn't really matter too much. But the reason I thought these lows would get grabbed is because that was just the lowest point of the support. And what I'm basically looking at is this wick here, these wicks, and these wicks. So I can kind of draw my support, something like this. And that's where we know, you know, everyone tries to buy gold off the support. risk off the lows, looking for the big play up. But what does gold love to do? It loves to come down and tag the lows. So I'm shorting down into these lows here and back down into 46.50 once you broke back bearish. That was the trade from Fast Markets yesterday. If you guys do want to watch it, you can go back and watch it on the Topstep channel as well. And I was also saying if gold does break out from here, the next target would be around 47.25. We're also talking about price coming up to these highs as well once you did grab these lows. Hey bro, hello. Euro, please have a look for long trades on current levels. Yep, we can have a look. We can absolutely have a look. We have a look at the euro. We got gold pulling back here, guys. I really want to see some sort of reaction from this view app here on gold to want to buy. I'm not going to buy just yet, but if we do throw some support signs from here, you know, even a bit of a pullback up into here, 100 ticks. If we do break back high, cool. But even a pullback is a 100 tick range, which is still nice. The euro, let's have a look at the euro. We've had a big move higher as well. Oh, look at that. So that was the analysis from yesterday. I think some of you guys were asking about shorts yesterday. The reason I said I wouldn't sell, I'd actually buy euro, is because you had this inverse head and shoulders. That was the left shoulder, that was the head, that was the right shoulder. Again, we spoke about this on the London stream yesterday for price to come up and liquidate these highs here. Again, I haven't touched this chart since. I don't trade the euro, but if you were here for the euro analysis yesterday, it ended up playing out perfectly. And this is why I always say, guys, you know, keep this analysis on for your charts for the whole entire day. London doesn't always have to move for the hour that we're on here. These markets will move until the whole entire day. But if you keep these levels on your charts, you'll see how well they play out. So great long setup on the euro yesterday. If you guys did take that trade, if you do trade the euro, well done. I personally don't trade the euro, but it was a very nice call. And yeah, I mean, same thing. I would like to continue buying the euro. Now, the only thing with the euro is you're already so high here. So high. You're, you know, buying up into, which would have been a great swing trade, buying up into the height of this resistance. Why? Because it's also a trend line coming down. Would have been fantastic. Same as gold. You're buying up into the trend line, buying up into the resistance, buying up into the breakout. But now you are up here. Yeah, that's where it gets a bit tricky. Gets a bit tricky. Same as silver, you've already tagged the Asia highs. So to be honest, if I wanted to buy the euro, I'd have to see a much more significant pullback than gold, because you've already grabbed the Asia highs. So to be honest, again, euro is a similar market to gold. If you guys are new to trading euro or gold, if you ever see I don't day trade the euro, but you did used to swing trade it a lot. If you ever see this big of a move, the likelihood of a big move like this is you will very likely range for 5-6+ hours. Easily. It takes a lot to move the euro, so you'll have to create a range for quite some time. So I'd let the euro maybe range, maybe you pull back, retest 1.17, and then maybe you continue buying. I wouldn't get trapped into too much lower time frame noise here on the euro. It's one of them trades where, you know, if you're not already in this push up, which if you were, it had to be from a swing trading perspective, you have to sit on your hands. I know it's not really what we want to hear, but it's the reality, and not trading is also trading. We had a great bullish setup on the euro yesterday in London. Today, I think the patience will pay here, guys. I think the patience will pay. Gold trying to get back above here. I might give a little long, a short here in a second, guys. Let's see if I can give just a small long here a go for a bit of a pullback. I'm just going to go 1 micro here on gold. I'll get 2 if we break out more. I want to see if we can buy up into this 30-minute close in 5 minutes. I want to see this 30 minutes start to wick back above. Risk about $90-ish, maybe below this VWAP level. See if we can get this pullback. Buying up into the 30 close and into the hourly open, ideally, which is back up here. This is where I'll manage my risk. So I'll manage the risk. If we do come blow up, I'll see if we can get another entry, but let's see. To me, it's worth a shot here. Yesterday, you took an hourly evening star close at the top of the range without tagging highs. How come? Because I was shorting into the lows. I was trading into the liquidity grab as opposed to waiting for the liquidity grab to happen and then trading out of it. So yesterday's trade on fast markets, I was shorting into the fact that price needed to grab these lows and that most people would be trying to buy here. So I was shorting into the liquidity grab. Because when I saw this rejecting, I was very convinced you'd come down and grab these lows. Pretty convinced. Let's see here. Maybe bring this up a little bit. It's nice, nice squeeze into the 30-minute close. Let me just change this to... Remember, guys, lock in your risk management settings for the day as well, guys. We'll do it here together. $800, liquidate and block. We've blocked gold. We've blocked NQ. Let's lock it in here for the day. No changing it now. $800 risk is the max we'll lose here today as a worst case scenario. Lock in your risk management settings for the day, guys. We're here to treat this like a career, not a hobby. So we utilize all the features we have here on Topstep X. Lock the settings in. Remove any thought process, any emotional desire to do something. If you're still blowing accounts and you're not using these risk management features here, guys, please use them. They are here to help you. Nice squeeze here on gold, guys. Buying into this 30-minute close. What I want to see is this 30-minute start to wick back above. This is the hourly open. So again, although I'm on the 5-minute, we get back above this line here. This is the point where the hourly has gone from being very bearish to all of a sudden we're starting to leave that nice wick rejection, which again is what I want to see because I'm ideally looking to buy gold. So if we have a look at this 30-minute candle, we're all of a sudden leaving a great wick rejection here. Really nice wick rejection, which is what I was buying up into. And now from here, I want to see if we can come much higher. I'm trying to play for a much bigger play here on gold. I would be happy to scale into this trade as well. I will only scale in once this candle closes. So let's see. Let's see. Risking about 50 ticks to see if we can make about 300-ish. So very nice risk to reward. How far does gold have to drop before you buy? Again, it's the same thing. I don't really look at where gold can pull back into. What I look at is reversal signs. You know, morning stars, fake outs. I don't really worry too much about where price might pull back into. I more so just look for reversal signs. So the trade right now is shaping up to be a 30-minute morning star. So I'm buying up into that 30-minute morning star. I would look to manage risk if gold does hit 48.50. Because although I would love to see price break 48.50 and come up for these highs, I can't ignore this is still strong support. Where you could easily, into New York session, you know, create this before then maybe we see that bigger move into New York. But remember, guys, overall direction today here for gold, whether it plays out this morning or it plays out into New York session, is buying gold up into 48.72 and back up into 48.88. That's my thought process here today. If we do break out from here, pull back, I will enter in another trade. I will enter in 2 micros here if I get in a good opportunity. Let's see if gold is good to us here in the London session. With how much we have moved today, guys, you know, manage the risk accordingly. Manage the risk. Yeah, we're back on fast markets every Tuesday, guys. Pretty much every Tuesday moving forward, we're jumping on fast markets. Had a great trade last Tuesday, had a great trade yesterday as well. So we've had some amazing, amazing fast markets trades in the last few weeks. Yeah, definitely. Yep, we get this 30-minute morning star play. Let's see. Let's see. You are back at the resistance. So let's see if this 5-minute doesn't close nice and bullish. I will manage. I want to see this 5-minute drive, because if we don't drive, then the 30-minute won't be closing as nice as I would like. But let's see. I really want to see this 30-minute wick back above more. If it closes bearish, you may... I'm actually going to break even here, because you may re-tag the lows one more time to form that 30-minute morning star. So I'm going to go break even and just wait here. I'm worried that 30-minute may come down and re-tag the lows, because you couldn't quite break out. If we just show us on a clean GC chart here. Where are we here? Let's get rid of all this analysis, go 30-minute. So I was trying to see if this 30-minute could wick above more. But if you close like this, you may come down and grab the lows one more time. You may get a 30-minute morning star into that 9 AM close. Let's see. Let's see. I'm happy to execute and manage the risk. That's all we can do here, guys. Execute and manage the risk. That's all we're here to do. So you got that nice, yeah, that's actually quite a nice 30-minute rejection. That was quite a nice rejection. You held the VWAP. You wicked back above this nice support. So let's see if we can push from here. If we can, fantastic. If it gets me at break even, cool. I'll buy more the breakout 48.50. I don't really mind too much. But that was a nice bounce right off that VWAP as well. Look at that. Right at the VWAP. Very nice. What is VWAP? Just intraday support and resistance. I'm buying an intraday support and resistance. And you can also just see it to the left. You don't even need a VWAP to be able to see it's a nice level. VWAP just kind of helps, but you can still already see it's nice. Support, resistance, 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 support, 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 support. So if I do get wicked out here on gold, guys, I will look for more longs below current 30-minute lows, which is back down here. If we do, if we break out from here, cool. I will add in a second contract on the break of 48.50. So we have two very simple if-then scenarios right now. If we do this, then we'll do this. If we do this, then we'll do that. Super simple. Super simple. Remember, you guys, on YouTube, we got 860 people tuning in. Remember, guys, drop a like for the Topstep stream. Subscribe to the Topstep YouTube channel as well. Remember, if you guys are on X, you want to tag me, which is at the Aaron Trades. If you hashtag London Open at Topstep TV, I'll be able to see you guys' charts and trades, because I'm trying to post on here more. Posted the two fast markets trades yesterday. Initial break even, got right back in the trade. But if you guys are on hashtag London Open, tag myself, tag Topstep, I will see you guys' trades. I'm just the Aaron Trades. We also have 1,000 followers now. All thanks to you guys. Let's see if I get wicked out here, guys. There will be re-entries. Yeah, me too. I'm happy to miss the shorts. If gold does sell off, like I say, I'm more than happy to miss that trade. More than happy. Where am I based right now? I am in Spain. I'm in Spain for the next 2-3 months, and then we're going on a whole new adventure. A whole new adventure. I was in Copenhagen on the weekend, Denmark on the weekend, back to Spain. Denmark's pretty nice if you guys ever get the chance. Denmark's a very beautiful country. You are going crazy. Now, I uploaded a video of Finland. I uploaded a video of Finland yesterday, but yeah, that was from my birthday. That was from my B-day. I've been to where do we go? We've been to a lot. I've been to Finland. I've been to Paris, Finland, back to Spain, Denmark, back to Spain. Yeah, Norway's nice. Yeah, Norway's beautiful, Steven. Yeah, Norway's beautiful. I'm gonna get wicked out here and gold, guys. I think we're gonna come down and hit these 30-minute lows. I'm watching my 30-minute chart here. I think we're gonna see gold squeeze lower. Let me just get rid of that trade and wait. I think we're gonna squeeze these 30-minute lows. Imagine if it pushes up from here. I just close 7 ticks for the sake of it. Nah, I believe we're gonna see gold retest these lows. So I would rather get long here. I think you may squeeze out some early buys here. I was hoping we would drive. We couldn't drive, so now I'm thinking we'll squeeze out any early buys. So let's see. May get long back down below these 30-minute lows here. Instant bottom wick on the 32. But yeah, Norway's nice. Yeah, Norway's beautiful. Norway's a beautiful country. I'll be in Norway in May, actually. My friend lives in Norway, so yeah, I'm going to Norway in May. Norway's a beautiful country. But as of June, we're going on a whole new world destination again. So you got Goldie coming back down here. So good longs off the VWAP. Also good risk management, guys. The reason I don't want to hold this trade open is because I think we're going to wick the lows. Do you drink alcohol? Not really. I don't not drink alcohol, but I don't... Wait, what? I was about to say I don't drink alcohol. Not really. Yeah, I was about to say I used to drink. I used to... Not that I had a drinking problem, but I used to drink a lot more in my earlier days. When I was at university and stuff. Used to go on some pretty big nights out, but no. Now that I've turned 31, I honestly can't handle it anymore. I very, very rarely drink alcohol, to be honest. Unless it's a special occasion, like on the trading retreat, you know, we have a few drinks and stuff, but turning 31 now, unless it's a special occasion with friends or something, no, I don't really drink very much. Maybe if it's like a UFC Sunday back in Australia, I might treat myself, but very rarely, to be honest. Very rarely. I don't miss alcohol either. I just, like I say, I absolutely got my day's worth when I was in my younger years, that's for sure. Like all throughout, turn 18 to like a mid-20s, you know, almost every single weekend partying, having fun. But now that I've turned 31, no, I get like 2-day hangovers. I can't hack it anymore. It just mentally just ruins my focus, my progress in the gym, my trading, my mental clarity, everything. So no, I don't anymore. Oh, nice, Tim. I might be there, man. I might be there, Tim. If you let me know on Discord when you're there, man, I will see it from there. We can meet up for sure. So gold trying to get a breakout back above these 30-minute lows here, guys. There may be a long. Oh, absolutely, yeah, definitely, Tim. Yep, sounds good, man. Sounds good. Heard you're going to Morocco next. I have never been to Morocco. Morocco would be. I would like to visit. I want to visit every country, to be honest. I want to go see everywhere. I want to see as many places as I can. Lucky enough, trading has taken me to a lot of countries. I want to see as many as I can. We're starting to break. If we break out from here, guys, I will give my trade a second chance. You're bouncing right off them previous 30-minute lows. Oh, not on the futures chart. On the currency chart, you're bouncing right off the 30-minute lows. So I'm watching the currency chart here on the other screen. You can see we just came down. We just wicked 30-minute lows and we're starting to bounce. But you're not quite there on the futures chart. So maybe the futures may come a little bit further. But the currency chart is already below them lows. Good exit on them shorts though, guys. Sorry, good exit on the longs. Happy to take the bounce off VWAP, gold being overall bullish. But with this overall range, we managed quickly. So a good break even there now. I'd be kicking myself if I didn't manage that trade. There was no reason to not manage that trade. But yeah, you got the micro chart below the lows. But the mini chart here, nowhere near the lows here on gold. Micro chart below the lows, currency below the lows, mini chart not quite. If we break out from here without grabbing the lows, will I still take the trade? Yes, yes, I will. Because it's being grabbed on the micros and more importantly, the currency chart. What a life is a space. Is Spain? Is Spain a nice country to live in? It's okay. There's nothing wrong with Spain. It's not my preferred country to live in. I have lived in much nicer places, but it's, you know what, Spain's a good country to live in if you come from the UK. If you come from the UK, which I did, Spain would be a great place to live. It's got good weather, but for me coming from UK to Australia and then Australia to Spain, it's a pretty big shock, to be honest. Yeah, anywhere's good in that case. Yeah, true. It is a nice country. Spain's a nice country, but to me, coming from Australia and comparing Australia to Spain, it unfortunately doesn't come close. It doesn't come close. I miss Australia so much. I love Australia. Australia is like where I call home now, to be honest. Now that I've left, it made me realize how much I love Australia and can't wait to get back and make it home again. I love it. Although, you know, trading times might not be great for New York session, but like you guys see on gold, you get great trades in Asia and London. You don't even need to trade New York and Australia. You can trade Asia and be done for the day. You get good enough trades in slow markets for sure. Want to come to Romania? Yeah, definitely. I'd love to come to Romania. Where I'm from in Jersey, there is a few Romanian people there, so I know a few Romanian people. Yeah, I would love to. Definitely moving to Oz next year. Yeah, you should, Harry. Honestly, it's the best place ever, man. You'll never want to leave. And for all you Australian guys, when I was in Australia, I thought Australia was expensive. Until you come to Europe, Australia is not expensive. Australia is actually cheap compared to Europe. Depending on where you live, of course. It's a very big place. Yeah, I went there for a month last year. Never wanted to come back. Yeah, it is beautiful. It is beautiful. What about France? Is that a good place to live? I've never lived in France. I've been on France for holidays, but I've never lived in France. Will I miss fast markets when I come back to Oz? I'm not too sure. You guys not sure? Do you guys know what time fast markets is? I'm happy to still see if we can get in fast markets even when I'm back in Oz. Even if it's like 1 a.m., you know, I'm still happy to make it work. Gold trying to get back above it, guys. A little bit of a range. I am tempted to get back in these longs, but I just want to see a little bit more volume. 11:30 till 1:30. Yeah, I would still make fast markets work. Yeah, true. Depending on time of the year, yeah, for sure. I would try and make fast markets work for sure. I would like to be able to, when I go back to Australia, and watch Dakota slow markets and tune into, maybe join Dakota on a slow market session one time. That'd be pretty fun. I've seen Dakota's been having more guests on a slow market show, so yeah, I would love to, when I get back to Australia, join Dakota on slow markets. That would be cool. Trade gold together. Get the good Asia moves. Yeah, that's true, Sean. Yeah, it has been pretty crazy. But the weather now in Spain is beautiful. I mean, not today, but in general, it's like almost feels like summer already. Dakota's been killing it last 2 days in slow markets. Nice. Nice. Yeah, see, that's crazy, Glenn. Struggle to get over 20. That's like summer here, man. That's crazy. Oh, well, you'll let me join your Asia streams too? I appreciate it, man. I'll be nice. Gold trying to get back above here, guys. My only concern I'm watching right now is, you know, I mean, we've got 19 minutes until we're going to close, but the hourly is still pushing down a lot. I'm wondering if we're going to get, if gold closes like this, you may get buys on gold closer to 10 a.m. Because 9 a.m. you'd want to see a bit of a morning star play. You may get longs at 10 a.m. Let's see. Let's see. I'm tempted to buy gold, but, you know, we are just kind of chopping around here. Not really doing too much. Yeah, definitely soon. Yeah, definitely. We'll join the Asia streams for sure. We'll join the Asia streams, absolutely. I do miss trading Asia. Asia has been having some phenomenal moves. Phenomenal moves. Would you please explain the role of the doji? Do you treat it like a morning star? Yes, the doji candle. So a doji candle to me is important when you have grabbed the previous low. I'm going to find an example. I'm going to find an example of a doji candle. It goes, we just had a huge rip here. So, I mean, here. You see this candle here? This closed pretty doji. But the reason this doji is nice is because it tagged a lot of lows and wicked all the way back above. So to me, this is a good buy signal. If it closed doji without grabbing the lows, then it's not of interest. But when it tags lows and holds doji, then that to me is a nice reversal sign. And that's typically how the morning star plays look. That's like how my favorite morning star play is on gold is when the middle candle closes doji. So when you get kind of like this on gold, you know, you come down like this, and then you see the next candle coming down, you know, tagging lows and then, you know, closing doji. Like that's exactly what I love to see. And then I'm basically, let me see, I'll get a little bigger. I'm basically anticipating that the next candle is then going to form something like this. So when it's this situation, yes, these doji candles are very, very, very important. If this candle here didn't wick the lows, then a doji is not very important. But when it actually wicks the previous lows and wicks back above, or like an hourly time frame, that's a lower time frame, gone from pushing down to breaking back above. And that's what gives that nice rejection. That, so yes. Picasso, yeah, look at that. That's pretty beautiful, right? That's pretty impressive. So yeah, doji candles are important when it's below, either below a liquidity low or at the bit of a morning star play. Like here, for example, didn't quite close doji, but if this candle here closed doji, yeah, this would be a nice long because you tag previous lows and you have an overall bullish bias. Must go and visit South Africa. Yeah, I would love to, Mike. I would love to. I've seen a lot of people going to South Africa recently. It looks like a pretty cool place for like digital nomads too. I would love to. When you go back to Australia, you can join Dakota on slow markets. Yes, I would love to. I used to watch Dakota on slow markets pretty much every day in Australia, and I miss just having someone to listen to in Asia. So when I'm back, yeah, we'll definitely see if we can we'll see if Dakota will have us and do some sessions for sure. Moscow to Kenya, like, yeah, I'd love to, man. Everywhere, honestly, everywhere. I want to see as much of the world as we can. I have an app where you kind of tick off the places that you have been. I thought I'd been to a lot of places. Then you see it on a world map, I'm like, man, I haven't seen anywhere near as much as I want to see. I want to see it everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Might show with electricity in South Africa, really. Yeah, take a winning trade in as many countries as possible. Yeah, someone said yesterday, 25 days, 25 trades, 25 countries as the next challenge. I thought that was pretty good. Or maybe a bit less. Maybe 5 trades, 5 countries, 5 days. Yeah, 25 wins as well, yeah. Yeah, 25 trades, 25 wins, 25 countries, 25 days. Surely we can make that happen, right? Easy. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, can't leave the country until you've made profit. That would actually be pretty funny. You can't leave the country until you've made money. You know what would be a cool challenge, which I would actually like to do, is doing what I used to do in my earlier days, where I would travel and trade just purely off like a single funded account. Using one Topstep funded account to travel the world. That would make a pretty good video. Using Topstep payouts from one account to travel. That would be pretty fun. It'd be a challenge for sure. But yeah, I can't leave the country till you make profit. That would be funny. Gold trying to get back above here, guys. I am tempted to buy into this hourly close, but the hourly is about to close in 14 minutes, and it's still holding pretty bearish. The hourly's holding that bearish. I think we may come down and re-grab the hourly lows one more time before potentially going higher. We are trying to find support with this view app though. It's a nice 5-minute morning star play. My only concern is this hourly is still bearish. If we wick back above, then cool. Maybe I just take buys off the hourly and let it play out. When was my last burn account? I lost an account last month. I lost one of my Topstep XFAs last month. I only took one payout last month. I took out 3K last month. Personal accounts, I couldn't tell you the last time I blew a personal account. But every now and again, you know, if I've had some good payouts and I might take a risky trade, I might lose one of my Topstep accounts. It happens. I'm really tempted to give these gold longs a shot into this hourly close. What are you risking? Risking about $80 to see if you can make about 300. We got this hourly close coming up soon here, guys. Had that 15 close, kind of choppy. 30-minute is trying to wick back above the lows. I mean, to be honest, you can even look to buy gold around the flip of this 30. That's still going to give you 270 ticks, which is absolutely worthwhile. But this is what I'm looking at for the rest of the day here, guys. Whether it plays out this morning or it plays out into New York, you guys who are trading for the rest of the day, be watching these levels, same as yesterday. We gave all these levels yesterday for price to come down and either tag the highs or tag the lows before having the next move. We got short into the lows, then you came right back for the highs. We did the exact same thing on NQ. We gave the levels to play out for the rest of the day. We did the exact same thing on the euro. So keep these levels on your charts for the day, guys. We're not going anywhere just yet. I want to see if gold's going to shape up, but I'm just letting you guys know. It doesn't always have to move in the London session, but if you keep these levels on your charts, you'll see how well they play out for the whole entire day. This is our direction for the day. Buying gold up into these levels. Yeah, definitely, Glenn. Yeah. If you do, let sure know. Have a meetup. That'd be awesome. NQ grab lows, closes back up, then sells again. Let's have a look. Yeah, NQ looks pretty tough to trade this high. I think on NQ, same as NQ, ES, Euro, I think you'll range for quite some time. It is kind of choppy in here. It's pretty choppy. How do you travel with your dog? Any restrictions? It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be, to be honest. It is actually very difficult. Part of the reason why we're going to move back to Australia sooner than expected, because it is very difficult to move to move around Europe with a dog. It's alright if you have a pretty small dog and they can just like sit on the plane with you, but when we have a dog, you can't really fly with them, and getting trains is very difficult. So it's part of the reason we're going to cut our Europe trip early. Well, not just that, but it's very difficult actually, because even to get on a train with your dog is also very difficult. You getting the train around Europe with a dog is so difficult, because you have to book like specific tickets and you have to ring them up, but I have an eSIM, so you can't phone, and then you go in, and yeah, it's a very difficult process. Yeah, nice, Harry, nice. To fly there, man, it's actually a very straightforward process. Hey, Hamza, what's going on, man? I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you tuning in, Hamza. Good to see you here, man. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you live in the Bali life, man. Gold trying to get back above here, guys. If we do start to break out, I will buy into this hourly close. I want to see a little bit more here. How's Bali life, Hamza? Appreciate you tuning in, man. If you stay there for long enough, I'll be back in June. I'll be back in June, man. If you wait for me. Yeah, nice. Love it. Love it, Hamza. Love it. Love it, man. That's amazing. The boys living the Bali dream. Love it. Let's see if we get a bit of a pullback. I might see if we can buy into the hourly close here. You had a nice 5-minute breakout here on gold. Holding that, come on, Chow. Holding that VWAP nicely. Just met traders that trade only gold. Nice, nice. That's what we like to see. Just trading gold, that's cool. Let me see here, guys. I'm tempted to buy into this Audi close, but a part of me is saying, you know what, the Audi is only 9 minutes away. Do we just wait for it? Because if we wait for that Audi confirmation and buy at 9 AM, it's still going to give us a pretty easy trade. So you can take the anticipation trade now if you do want to, or you can let the Audi close. And if the Audi does close holding above this white line here, remember, from here to here, you still have minimum 260 ticks. 260 ticks all the way up into like 400. To me, I'm gonna stay patient for that, guys. I'm gonna wait for the Audi close. So let's hold around together until we get this Audi close to see if we can get the trades into 9 AM. They trade personal, Hamza? Are they trading trading funded? Or trading futures, or? That's pretty cool. It's not too late to come and join us, Hamza. It's not too late, man. You come and join the dark side. Come and just trade gold. It's not too late. Me and Goldo will welcome you back. We'll welcome you back at any time. How have you found trading NQ at the minute, Hamza? How have you found NQ? Obviously, it's had a nice breakout yesterday, but all in all, it looks like it's been a pretty difficult market to trade the last few weeks. A very, very, very difficult market to trade. Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's why I had to take a. Oh yeah, true. That's why I stopped it as well. Hard. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. It's been very gold almost flipping bullish, guys. Gold almost flipping bullish. Yeah, I might get in soon as well. But yeah, NQ looks like it's been hard the last couple of weeks to trade. Yep. We're waiting here for you, Hamza. Gold. And me, we're waiting for you to come back. You can come back. Yeah, that's the thing on this gold trade. Hard stop's going to be around 150-ish ticks minimum on that hourly low to see if you can play it back up for like 200 minimum. So that hourly's gone from being bearish to all of a sudden you're getting right back above here, guys. This is exactly what we wanted to see. Even if this hourly closes doji, that's still going to confirm the move. So don't see this move up and think you've missed the move here, guys. If gold closes like this in the hourly time frame, that is what confirms the move. Fantastic. You still get longs all the way into 9 AM, all the way back up into this Asia high for about a 420 tick move. This hourly close is going to be our confirmation, then cool, you're going to get the execution at 9 AM. So don't think you've missed anything just yet. The hourly close hasn't closed yet. Gold doesn't move as fast as you think. Do you look at all XAU, GC, and MGC charts, or do you prioritize any? I don't look at GC and MGC. The reason I'm looking at it here is just because it's just I'm just looking at a naked chart. But I pretty much I'll look at. Honestly, you can look at either. I came from trading the XAU against the US dollar, so that's what I kind of look at the most. And then I'm using this for execution. But again, if you haven't used the currency chart before, just stick to just trading gold here on Topstep. The only reason I'm using, a different currency chart is just to look at like my currency chart on the left of me here, on the right to me, sorry. It's just a pure naked price action chart. Just see clean price action. I could set it as GC if I wanted to. It doesn't really make too much of a difference. But MGC is where I do my analysis. That's where I'm drawing it mainly off. Sometimes, there is times where the currency chart will grab highs and lows more than futures, but all in all, it's pretty much identical these days. Yeah, it's pretty much identical. So initial break even here in the day, guys. We have plenty of time. Like I say, I'm happy to take break evens here on gold because I know this real move up is going to give us a great trade. Whether it comes in London or it comes into New York, these overall longs to me are going to look like a really nice trade. We've got hourly close coming in about 5 minutes here as well, guys. Let's hang out together and see if we can see this. See if we can see this hourly close to give us the direction for the rest of the day. Even if gold closes like this, fantastic. We're not going to miss anything. Why? Because the next hour isn't just going to open a rip. It's not how the markets move. The next hour will come down, create that bottom wick, and then cool, then we can get back in. The nice thing about gold here is, look how here you didn't tag the previous hourly highs before selling off. Again, if gold was going to have a true reversal down, it would liquidate the highs and then sell off. But because we haven't done that, I like gold today into a minimum 48.72. As an intraday trade from here to here, I'd be very happy to just play this part of the range. If you end up ripping all the way up into the Asia highs, which is very possible, fantastic. But to be honest, guys, I'm happy to just play from here to here. Like, that's a good enough intraday range that I can make, you know, $200, $300, $400, $500 easy. So I won't necessarily hold all the way up into here, although I do believe them highs will get grabbed. I won't necessarily hold that high. I'm happy to just play 200-300 ticks into here. With how much gold has moved today, if I can take 200-300 ticks, I'll be very happy. Very happy. 860 people in. Remember, guys, drop a like for the stream. You made money last month? Yes. I actually did a video breaking down everything I made last month and everything for the year so far from trading. If you haven't watched it and you want to check out, I did post a video breaking down everything I've made from the markets in the first 3 months of 2026. Yep. We can give some levels. Definitely. So this hourly candle, remember this line here, guys. This line here, what's the significance of this line here? This is the hourly open. Anything below this, the hourly's bearish. Anything back above, the hourly's gone from being bearish to leaving a huge wick rejection to now starting to get back bullish. So, you know, when you're down here, the hourly's like this, very bearish. When you're back up here, the hourly's now got that nice wick rejection. So that could be our liquidity grab to see if we get this nice run. And that's the real trade that I want here. We've got 2 minutes till this hourly's going to close. Let's see here, guys. Let's see. Don't get any FOMO here. You're not going to move much into this hourly close. Even if you do, the next hour is going to come down for a bottom or top wick anyway. So let's just see this hourly confirmation here. Let's see. Look at that. That was nice. It was a nice buy right off that morning star play. We did say here, you know, you're very likely come down and squeeze out any early buyers. You came down, you tagged them 30-minute lows and started to break nicely back higher, which was a nice call there. It was a pretty good risk reward just to execute longs off that VWAP. I was happy to do it here when you came back down. I'm like, you know what? Let me just wait. But it was nice. You know, if you just execute off this VWAP, you can be wrong very fast. That the risk reward is sometimes just worth giving it a shot. You're buying into that hourly close. If the hourly doesn't reject and close bearish, you know, you're cutting that trade quick. So you can take them anticipation trades because you can manage the risk so well, so quick. But if you want to wait for the hourly confirmation, you know, that's also smart. You can do it either way, whichever way you prefer. What's this? Did it using your strategy? What did you do? Oh, nice. Look at that. Passed my 100K combine today. Amazing. Did it using your strategy? Congratulations, man. That's fantastic. That's what we love to hear. Absolutely amazing work. Good job. Fantastic work. Did you take these, maybe take these gold longs? Passing 100K is fantastic in these markets. With gold moving so much, congratulations, man. It's amazing work. Amazing work. Amazing work. Good job. That's what we love to hear. That's what we love to hear. Now you got the 100K. Now we got to treat it properly. Remember, every single day, come in, set your risk management settings, block certain contracts, block certain instruments, set your personal day loss limit. Now you've got that 100K account. That's fantastic. Do the exact same thing you did to get funded. Don't think about it too much. Incredible work. Incredible work. How do you get your trend lines to stay straight when I'm drawing them on mine? It follows my cursor. Yes, it's a trick of the trade right here. It took me a bit too long to figure this out as well, because for me, if it's like a little bit off, I find it annoying. But if you hold down shift when you're drawing it, it will put it in an angle like this. So wherever I move my cursor, I'm holding down shift right now. If I let go of shift, it's like this. But if I hold down shift, it makes it perfectly straight. And honestly, as a tip that changed my life, actually. Yeah, it took me well too long to figure that out as well. Same as if you're, let's say if you're drawing, say if you have your trendline tool on, if you want to put it on a specific high, if I hold down control, you can see the magnet tool comes on here. Hold down control, magnet comes on. I'll press and then I'll hold shift and it'll do it perfectly straight. I'll let go of control and I'll hold down shift. Yeah, me too. I'm a bit weird. I like my lines to also be perfect. So we got gold closing bearish here on the hourly time frame, guys. We got gold closing bearish. So with gold closing bearish here on the hourly time frame, to me, what is more likely to see now, and again, this is why I wanted to wait to that hourly close, to me, you're more likely now come down and retag these lows before getting long. So what I'm going to do here, guys, all I'm going to do is I'm going to simply set an alert on my trading view chart here below them previous hourly lows, and that will be the level of interest for me to take longs, anticipating a bit of a morning star. So with that being said, guys, I am still going to look for longs for the rest of the day, but I'm going to look for longs into probably about 10 a.m. London time. I want to see 9 a.m. come down, tag previous hourly lows, and then see if we can get the trade. So one trade this morning, guys, great break even. We still have plenty of room for gold to come higher here today, but we'll take the break even here for the London session, and we'll see what we get for the rest of the day. I appreciate you guys taking time to tune in. Remember, nice upside targets here today on gold, but let the markets come to you, and I'll see you guys same time again tomorrow. Trade safe for the rest of the day, guys, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.